You are tuning in into Let Me Show You News, and now we're gonna dive into the weekly news. So if you have watched my introduction video, you might know me as Parsa. I don't know if I introduced myself anyways. My name is Parsa, if I didn't, just in case. And you're tuned into Let Me Show You News. Now this is my first video, my first vlog video, whatever they would call it. And I'm gonna go through the significant news which I recorded or I believed was significant throughout this past week. And yeah, I'm most likely either gonna record on Sundays or Mondays. So if I record on Sunday, I'm gonna record news from the past Sunday, start of past week's Sunday, if you get what I mean. So let's dive into it. I'm gonna start with worldwide news, worldwide general news. So August 25, 2015, August 25, Turkish forces. Obviously, you can't just get into news without Turkey. I mean, literally, that's all the things I've been seeing. Turkey, Iran, whatever. Middle East. Turkish forces aided Syrian rebels to retake bordering town of Jarablus, in Syria from the so-called Islamic State. Or, I call them Daesh because they don't want to be called Daesh. However, some speculate, and it is actually true, that they did this to halt Kurdish advances. And the Islamic State also, obviously, but also to note, it's to halt Kurdish advances, which the US military spokesman have recently, in the 30th of August, warned Turkey over such violence, and suggested that the Turkey and the Kurds, quote, all parties involved are going to stop shooting at each other and focus on IS. But Turkey's army chief signaled no stopping in Syria's offensive, despite Western concerns such as France and the US itself. So yeah, they don't really care because the Syrian Kurdish forces YPG is considered as an extension of the PKK group, which both are now considered as a terrorist organization to Turkey. So they're not gonna listen even to their own allies telling them to stop fighting terrorists. But these Turkish... What I was meant to say is that YPG is considered as an extension of PKK. So both groups are considered as a terrorist organization. However, PKK is considered as a terrorist organization to many nations. YPG is not. YPG is even supported by the US, China, some part of European countries. However, since it's an extension of PKK, as Turkey believes, is also a terrorist organization. Now, there's even another news, which is a bit awkward. I'll get into that later. August 26. Let me ask you, are you good at lying? If you're not, it's fine. If you are, good for you. I mean, lying, you kind of need that anyways, sometimes. But don't lie, it's a bad thing. Anyways, if you're not good at lying, it's okay, it's fine. I mean, we have big iconic people who failed to lie. And now it's getting a very serious issue. Ryan Lochte, I think that's how they pronounce his name, a competitive swimmer, after the Olympic Games, went to celebrate at a party. But upon returning to his camp, he stopped by a gas station with his other three friends in a taxi, and apparently he was mocked there. Like he was robbed. A person came pointing a gun to his forehead, as he stated, and he wanted money apparently. These allegations, I think that's the word for it, or these claims were fake. The Brazilian police released evidence showing that Ryan Lochte was not robbed at all. Instead, he did commit a crime. In the petrol station's toilet, he vandalized, and then he was challenged by a security guard. But apparently, he took it as a thief. Well, he did apologize for being over-exaggerative, and he did say that he was a bit drunk, but too late for that because Speedo has dropped. Speedo is a sponsorship for Ryan Lochte, and they dropped the sponsorship with him. They just dropped it, like, don't lie next time. Yeah. The worst part is, I wouldn't say the worst part, but what's interesting is that he flew before he was scheduled to be questioned by the police. And now he's in the United States, and he's deciding whether he should return to answer those questions Or he should just stay in the United States and say, nah, who cares? I lied, got caught, whatever. August 26, Colin Kaepernick, an American football, American rugby, basically, not soccer, or football. Playing as a quarterback for the team 49ers, had rejected to stand during the national anthem before the NFL games as an act of protest due to the United States oppressing this is a quote, oppressing the black people and people for the color. Instead of standing up for the national anthem, he sat down on the bleachers and waited for the national anthem to finish and then went on for the game. Kaepernick had now received many boos during that time and many criticism through social media. Anyways, an official NFL spokesman stated that it was not obligatory to stand for the national anthem. Quote, players are encouraged but not required to stand during the playing of the national anthem. Kaepernick is seen as a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement, and his Twitter account is comprised of many civil rights issues. August 28. Thousands of sports clubs across Great Britain were open for free to the public following their team, Great Britain, great success at the 2016 Rio Olympics. It's said that the event was aimed to encourage people to get out of the sofas and do some sports. Or to encourage people to do sports just in general. Now, even ITV, which is a UK commercial TV network, has switched off all of their 7 channels for approximately 1 hour so people can get off their sofas and do some sports. Now, August 29, Iran. Please don't say Iran. Or Iraq, they're different. Please, what did you run from? Announced that they have finished the first level or phase of implementing and operating national or domestic internet. I have went to Iran. I'm Iranian. I'm half Iranian and Turkish, by the way, if you didn't know. The internet there is not providing the services. Please, no, please. Don't use the Iranian internet. Now, it's slow, yes, and a lot of things are censored. Even the most simplest things, such as BBC, which I use to make this channel, these news, to read these news. Yes, BBC is blocked, Facebook is blocked, YouTube is blocked, Twitter is blocked. And now they want it, and even Snapchat, so yeah, it sucked for me. So much of social media in general, and now they want to implement a national internet. Now they claim it's going to be faster. Yeah, it's probably going to be faster, and it's probably going to be cheaper to purchase, but that basically means you're going to have, that the government is going to have more control over your traffic of the internet and definitely more censorships. I mean, currently, Iranians are utilizing VPN in order to gain access to censored or blocked websites such as BBC itself. And now they want to implement this national domestic internet, which is just going to be awesome for all Iranians. I don't want to go back there. Anyways, I'm joking. 29th of August again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're an animal lover, please close your eyes. What? Close your ears. Shut your ears for a minute or two. Because this news is probably going to be a bit sad. Now, this is interesting to me. A lightning had managed to kill 323 reindeers. 323 reindeers with one lightning strike. One lightning. Which this is interesting to hear. It occurred on the pardon. It occurred at the Norwegian National Park. Now, the samples of the dead animals were taken as a part of a health survey. Neston stated that the testing is for science. What a world we live in. Your mother probably tells you to go outside and play with your friends in the national park or something, but if I were you, I'll just rather stay home and play COD or BF Battlefield. Now, August 29 again. If you think you're a dedicated surfer, waves, surfing, yeah. Then check these dudes out in Japan. I mean, these surfers still surf in the beach near the Fukushima, I hope I said that right. the Fukushima city, which at 2011, I believe, had a massive, I want to say leakage, but there was a massive disaster. An earthquake with a magnitude of 9.0 triggered a tsunami along the coast, which hit the nuclear power plant, and a catastrophic level of rating of 7 was produced, which was kind of similar to the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, which is, no, please don't. Now, despite seeing the presence of plastic bags, which the Japanese government do, they put plastic bags with radioactive soils to remind them of the dangers near that area that they are currently in. These surfers still go and surf at a coast in nearby the coast in Taira Toyoma. I swear I don't like these Asians. Taira Toyoma, around 50 kilometers near Fukushima. So yeah, and they even said that we will only know the true consequences of our time in the water 20 years from now. So they are confident. I'm guessing they're living all their life at this time. August 30, a Turkish judge seeks asylum in Greece due to the harsh prosecution of the government by the government of President Tayyip Erdogan. Some Turks might be triggered by now hearing that name. Till now, 8 Turkish soldiers have requested asylum in Greece since the failed coup, which occurred on the July 15th, I believe. And yeah, it was the worst day to hear that news for me. Which I am going to produce a separate video dedicated into explaining this whole coup situation and so on. August 30 again. This is interesting. Apple Incorporated is to repay Ireland 13 billion euros. The European Commission ruled that Apple is to repay Ireland 14.5 billion euros as it was granted illegal tax benefits, according to a 3-year investigation enforced by the EU. Commissioner Margrethe Vestager, I'm sorry, I'm not really used to names, stated in the quote, "Member states cannot give tax benefits to selected companies. This is illegal under EU states aid rules." Rebel Ireland decided to give tax benefits to Apple, which under a 3-year investigation was now caught, and now Apple is to repay them. Apparently Apple had only paid 0.005% in 2014, while the official Irish corporate tax is 12.5%. 0.005 is what Apple is paying, while they should be paying 12.5%, which is a lot because Apple makes a lot of money. I'll be honest. Now, Apple stated in a quote for the defense, "The Commission's case is not about how much Apple pays in taxes. It's about which government collects the money. It will have a profound and harmful effect on investment and job creation in Europe." So if you currently work in Apple in Europe right now, you should probably have a plan B, planned by now, I'm guessing. Just in case anything occurs. Just in case. August 31. Again, if you're an animal lover, not your eyes. Close your ears for a minute or two. Alright? Because, this is sad. This news is sad to me itself. Now, we can agree to the fact that we humans do a lot of damage to our environment. Now, I get that we have to make money in order to survive in this world, but my philosophy or ideology is that killing another, even animal, well, I'm not gonna say eating beef and stuff like that, but I'm saying killing another animal not due to their food or the nourishment they supply, but due to their unique skin or due to their unique, this is about elephant's tusk, for fashion is just unbelievable. No, I don't accept that. You might have different opinion. Anyways, according to an article written by CNN released that a study showed a major decrease in the number of elephants since the 20th century. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We used to have 10 million elephants in the early 20th century. Fast forward to 2016, we apparently only have 352,000 elephants. Go from 10 million to 352,000. What did we do? Do a genocide or something? Because of greed for a few hundreds of US dollars. 100,000 elephants have been killed by poachers in just 3 years. 100,000 elephants. See the size of that thing? See the size of them and look at the size of us. 100,000 we killed in just 3 years, which is a lot. God knows what's gonna come to us. Like, shame on us, honestly. I'm disappointed to hear this. I wouldn't say I lost faith in humanity. There are people who are trying to fix this issue, but no. 100,000 in just 3 years. 10 million to 352,000. Unbelievable. No. August 31. Our favorite person in the world, Donald Trump, obviously. Oh, he's my favorite person. Is making a last sudden minute visit to Mexico to meet Mr. Pena Nieto, the Mexican president. Nieto. Before his immigration speech. Now, ladies and gentlemen, bear in mind that Trump boldly stated to the public that they, Mexican illegal immigrants, are bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Now, this quote was stated in May 2015. Don't believe me? Watch this clip.
Are the best and the finest. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. But I speak to border guards.
Exactly. It's shocking for me also. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting visit, as Mexicans are making Donald Trump Halloween maskins and piñatas. So if you're having a party for your 3-year-old daughter, don't get them some unicorn piñata, get Donald Trump piñatas. I mean, that's what I'm getting for my birthday. I'm just going to blindfold and hit Donald Trump piñatas. Heck, if I was lucky, I'll hit Donald Trump himself. After the visit, Mr. Pena Nieto stated that the only reason he invited Mr. Trump was, quote, "There was only one reason I did this, and the reason was to confront the risk and a direct threat to the future of Mexico." Additionally, Mr. Pena Nieto, I love his name, on his Twitter account stated that at the beginning, quote, "At the beginning of the conversation with Donald Trump, I made it clear that Mexico will not pay for the wall." Well, if this was really the beginning of a conversation, you shouldn't really start a conversation like that. Well, I'm not saying it did a bad thing. September 2nd, back to our friend Kapernick, the one who refused to stand for the national anthem. He still refuses to stand for the national anthem, despite all the negativity and criticism he's getting on social media. Unbelievable. He's a man of his word. I like it. And despite having a lot of criticism, he does have some supporters. He received applauses from veteran civil rights campaigners. This is to stand for the national anthem, despite all the negativity and criticism he's getting on social media. Unbelievable. He's a man of his word. I like it. And despite having a lot of criticism, he does have some supporters. He received applauses from veteran civil rights campaigners. September 4. Well, if you're living in Turkey, or if you're Turkish, you might be glad to hear that the Turkish-backed rebels have cleared or secured 90-kilometer corridor from the Daesh militants, or ISIS. Ankara claimed that it is a, quote, "substantial gain to drive out Sunni militants and stop the advance of Syrian Kurdish fighters," what I was talking about earlier. But what seems to be awkward here, the whole awkwardness between this whole Kurdish thing, is that they're trying to drive out or stop the advances of the US-backed YPG, Syrian Kurdish militia. So what's so awkward about that, you might ask? I mean, well, first of all, US and Turkey are allies. So, and YPG is considered as an extension of the PKK, another Kurdish militia, and the Turkish government considers both as a terrorist organization. So, if you know that your ally is supporting a terrorist organization from a perspective of Turkey, what would you really feel? Now, US is condemning these attacks, which Turkey is having over this Kurdish, over the Kurds, the Kurdish militia. But Turkey is not gonna stop. It's basically telling me, what if I consider Islamic State as not a terrorist organization? If I support Daesh or ISIS, you're gonna hit back on me saying, why are you supporting a terrorist organization? Well, this is kind of the case which is going on, which is really sharpening the tensions between Turkey and US. And to be honest, it has been sharpening over the Turkish coup. September 5. If you were worried for your Olympic friend, relative, family, or your icon to be impacted by the Zika virus, don't worry, it didn't happen. According to the World Health Organization, there wasn't such case. Nobody got a Zika virus. Because of the Zika virus was a big issue for the Olympics. I mean, Rory McIlroy, a professional Irish golfer, Milos Raonic, a Canadian tennis player, Stephen Curry, an American basketball player, and some others decided to withdraw and not to go for the Olympics due to the Zika virus. So they withdraw because they didn't want to be impacted for the future, and I can completely understand. This is interesting because you don't see this in the news every time. But Warner Brothers requested Google to remove its own website or URLs from its search results as it violates copyright laws. So they basically gave themselves in. Well, not really. The request was submitted on behalf of a company named Vobile. Now, Vobile, they file hundreds and thousands takedown requests every month, which is a lot on a search engine. The reason Warner Brothers are doing such requests is to inadvertently make it harder for piracy, for people to pirate movies, especially their movies. Now, Warner Brothers have took the effort and thus so far flagged 4 million allegedly infringing websites or URLs. Well, why would you might wonder why am I saying the word allegedly? Well, because it's not all the results are accurate, as is sometimes were took down by mistake, such as Amazon or Sky Cinema were taken down on a search engine for either a specific movie or anything, despite them being a licensed online movie site. But eventually they were restored back to their, and they were this problem was later fixed. So yeah, that's solved. That's the name. That's the name. See, I can't talk for today. I'm a bit. If you're going to the Hajj, for the pilgrimage, if you're a Muslim and if you're going to the Hajj, or if you're planning, oh no, my lighting might go off again. Anyways, I would like to wish you a great time, a great experience, and I hope all the best, all the safety. But unfortunately, not all of you might attend Hajj, either due to not being financially prepared yet, or sick. My lighting is gonna turn off any second, and unfortunately, if you're an Iranian, you won't be attending the Hajj anytime soon. Why? Well, there it goes. Just watch. Let me get this fixed. 1 second. The reason why Iranians might not be able to go to the Hajj is because they're not allowed. Kind of, yeah. I would say they're not allowed. Now, the supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran stated in quote, Ayatollah Khamenei, Saudi rulers who have obstructed the path of Allah and have blocked the proud and faithful Iranian pilgrims' path to beloved's house are disgraced and misguided people. They, the world of Islam, must not let those Saudi rulers escape responsibility for the crimes they have caused throughout the world of Islam. Now, Iran says that Saudi government have failed to meet the Iranian demands for the security and respect of Iranian pilgrims, but the demands were ignored or put aside and described as unacceptable. Foreign Minister of Saudi Arabia, Adel Jubaithat, stated that the Saudi government, in quote, does not prevent anyone from performing their religious duty. Iran refused to sign the memorandum and was practically demanding the right to hold demonstrations and to have other advantages that would create chaos during Hajj, which is not acceptable. Now, approximately out of 60,000 Iranians who attended the Hajj last year, 400 of them have died in a stampede near Mecca. Now, Saudi Arabia did reply a bit more intensively, I would say. Well, the top cleric of Saudi Arabia, whose name is Abdul Aziz al-Sheikh, said that Iranians are not Muslim. Now, he said this after the Supreme Leader's comments about Saudi Arabia's irresponsibility over organizing the Hajj. Now, the pilgrimage, sorry. Now, he stated, quote, "We must understand these are not Muslims. They are the son of Maji, and their hostility towards Muslim is an old one, especially with the people of the tradition, which are the Sunnis." Now, I guess that's how it's pronounced, Maji. I mean, they don't have G in Arabic. So, I'm guessing Maji or Magi, if I'm saying it correct or wrong, either one. He's referring to the Zoroastrianism, the old religion which used to dominate Iran. So far, Iran did not say anything yet. I mean, at the end, I guess it's all just power, I guess. And they are kind of accusing Iran making the pilgrimage as sort of a political situation, which is not supposed to be, as they stated. September 7. If you haven't noticed Greece's economy, of how it's been a bit dodgy, I wouldn't use the word dodgy, but it hasn't been beneficial, yeah, that's the word, towards the European Union this past year. If you don't know, Greek is in an intense economic pressure, or crisis, I would say, because of all the debt that they have to give back to the European Union. Anyways, forget about that. Now, they are fined 10 million euros. As if their economy is doing so well, now they have to give 10 million euros alongside with paying, how much again? Let me check. 30,000 euros per day. Due to what? For not following the rubbish, taking out the rubbish policy in the European Union, yes. Now, according to a report in 2010, 80% of waste is located at Greek landfill sites. 80% is a lot, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, 80%, that's nearly 100. Yeah, 80% is near 100, that's my reason. Well, it depends how much trash, but I'm guessing if it's European Union has some, I don't want to say strict, but they do have some standards which people need to follow. If Greek is not following them, I'm guessing they're having a big issue. I don't know if it's similar to the Lebanon issue. Well, anyways, apparently this issue is not new. This has been going on since 2009. Since 2009, having some rubbish issues. Now, the European Court of Justice, the ECJ, the European Court of Justice, yeah, said that the Greek government did not comply to several deadlines in order to improve. So, hence the fine. 10 million euros. I just take it out of your wallet and just give it. Yeah. Well, I guess if you don't check off your trash like your mama used to tell you when you were little, this is what happens. Life sucks. Yeah, now you have to pay the fine. Literally pay the fine. Well, folks, if you think that the news of Turkey is finished for this whole week, well, no. There's still more to say. September 7. Even despite having to have a clear border, as Turkey claimed that 2 Turkish soldiers have been martyred due to a rocket attack IS border in Syria, in a village near Al-Waqf. Now, the result of the rocket attack caused on 2 tanks were 2 soldiers being martyred and 5 severely injured. That's not all the news about Turkey. And the US. Erdogan, Turkish president, and Obama in the G20 China meeting, they have apparently made a little agreement to dive into the capital of Islamic State, Raqqa, and to have an operation there or anything, just in general. Now, this is what President Erdogan said to the Hürriyeti, a Turkish news agency. Quote, "Obama wants to do some things together concerning Raqqa in particular. We stated that that would not be a problem from our perspective. We said, let our soldiers come together and whatever is necessary will be done. Diving into Raqqa. Now, I don't know if this is gonna actually happen. I mean, there were some statements in the past, if you guys remember, especially the Turks should remember, that we were about to get the privilege of going to European countries without the need of Schengen visa. That didn't turn out well, so I'm not sure about this. I mean, there was also the NATO having like a free zone. I wouldn't say free zone, a safe zone is what Erdogan used to say. I don't think that happened either. But this is huge news. In my perspective also, if it goes successful, I mean diving into the capital, it's not really, it's not a bad thing. I mean, they're trying to eliminate literally that little pimple on your face which is just annoying you. And I wouldn't just say one pimple, just a whole pimple on your face. So folks, I guess that's all the news for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the news you found were interesting or useful to know. And if you guys believe that I've said some unuseful news, or I've missed out on news, or I missed out on certain topics, please do let me know. Please do let me know in the comment section. Please give your opinion in the comment section of how I did if you want. And again, I would like to thank you for watching this video, because even by opening this video, you're helping Syrian children. So I would like to thank you a lot for it. If you like this video, like it. I would appreciate it. If you didn't like it, dislike it.